everybody. I think we've recovered. What a night it's been. Check Johnny's match reaction, he's still uploading it. Check with vlog out, check the last word out. I mean, if you were watching that in a Green King, Andy, I always come to you on this. I mean, you must be absolutely mortal right now if you're in a Green King.
And I'll be joining you. I mean, they've brought you the action there. Every pub, every televised game, it's on there. It's at the Green King pub. I hope you've been there and I hope you've had a great time if you're not at the ground, because I'm about to join you.
No other pubs are available. I'll cut you Johnny a second because he's still uploading, but look, we're still trying to get our head around it. I'll go with Nick Pope because it's probably the easiest one of the whole lot of them, to be fair. I don't want to be too negative, he's got to sort his kicking out, because in another game we could get frustrated with it, but I'm not going to pick him on too much. To be honest, he didn't have much to do except from coming for clearances, punching the ball. Paris didn't test him for saves, and that's probably, and I'm not pressuring the other two lads here, but I reckon the defenders are going to score high. But Nick Pope, I'm just going to score him a 7. That's not because he had a bad game. Paris just didn't test him. But he did everything right from distribution, but except from his distribution, sorry.
Rich should be getting a 10 over my Nick Pope. Everybody should be getting a fucking 10. It's a tight, honestly, man. 4-1 against Paris.
Yeah, but he didn't keep in the game.
I know.
He didn't keep in the game. I'm going to give you the right back, Kieran Trippier.
Just world class, isn't he? Absolutely world class. And I mean,
up against Mbappe as well at the start.
Well, he's going to have a heavy pocket when he gets home. Keys, wallet, Kylian Mbappe. Who else? Who was the right? Who was the left back? He's in there, which is absolutely world class. Again, it's just that was the team we needed to go and beat at home. It's going to piss the group now.
It shows you something when Mbappe is going to be moved off the left wing and moved to centre forward for a period of the game as well.
Yeah, I mean their front three was kept quiet the whole game. Lucas Hernandez with their only goal. Just the defence, that might be the best defensive. For conceding, it's the best defensive display I've seen. I mean, for Lascelles to come in and step up the way he's done as well, you can't fault him. I mean, the things that he's learned under Eddie Howe is just, the sayings, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Lascelles has learned loads.
What are you going to give Trippier? 10?
12.
So we'll give him a 10. 10 out of 10 for Kieran Trippier. You've got the captain who I thought, again, I'm not putting scores in your head, Johnny, but I think he's been sensational since he's come in.
I'm going to say something in about the 70th minute when I think it was Dembele that was through, and he managed to just kind of block him away, and his shot was just blocked out of nothing. Unbelievable defending, and Mbappe was kind of going close towards him. He was like touch tight at times, but you know what? He handled him really, really well. When he goes home tonight and he'll have his dinner, he'll sit down. He'll undo his pockets, and Mbappe will be allowed to go back to Paris. He was absolutely fantastic. Fabian Schär will get all the plaudits for the goal, and rightly so. But our skipper deserved to be our skipper tonight. From Championship to Champions League, he was absolutely incredible tonight. 10 out of 10 performance of Jamal Lascelles.
It's great to see him on form. It really, really is. Because look, he's got to stick up this channel. He's got to stick up other channels. It's wonderful to see. And I've got the privilege of giving you Fabian Schär because I wanted him. I've got a man crush on Fabian Schär. I absolutely fucking love him to bits. And since Eddie Howe's come in, he's been a new player reborn. Under Steve Bruce, he wasn't even looked at. He was on the bench. I had him down as my man of the match before that wonder goal. Before the wonder goal, have a look at my vlog because I'm commentating. I'm screaming, Philippe Albert-esque and all of that because just his awareness, and I've talked about on the channel last week, his awareness that he has to be the leader. Can Fabian Schär play a game every 3 games because of his age? He's 32. My God, just little interceptions, cleverness, being calm, just an outstanding, mature performance. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. And then he decides, you know what? I'm Philippe Albert.
What a goal, man!
Starts running up. I'm like, hit it, and he doesn't just hit it. I think he's fallen back, isn't he? And then he curls it top corner. I mean, Donnarumma hasn't had a great night, but he's had 2 worldies go against him tonight, especially Fabian Schär. For me, 10 out of 10, unbelievable. If you disagree on me, I'm going to fight you in the comments. I really am going to fight you. You're going to have big Dan Burn. Goal scorer Dan Burn.
Goal scorer Dan Burn, yeah. It was a reminiscence of the Leicester game where he got a little bit carried away after, but look, the bloke gets flack week in, week out, but apart from the couple of moments he got beat by Dembele for pace, which is it's understandable.
It was Paris' best player.
Well, I mean, Dan Burn's a big lad. I mean, it's going to take him a while to get up to the pace, but I mean, you can't pick out at anyone. They were all 10 out of 10s all over the pitch. Not one of them looked out of place in the Champions League tonight at all.
Got a goal as well. VAR.
I know. I mean, it was waiting, and then just, when do we ever get them? And it's just everything's went right for us tonight, apart from their goal, which you can't nitpick at. I mean, to absolutely show them up. Pot one they're meant to be.
It's incredible, mate. It's absolutely incredible. So 10s. I'm going to be nice and let you have any one of the 3 centre midfielders.
I'm going to go Sean Longstaff. That was
Should he be looked at by Gareth Southgate now?
Yeah, it's a simple answer. That was his best performance in a Newcastle United shirt today for me. He's had some great performances, but against the opposition and what his role was today, he was absolutely outstanding. He covered every single blade of grass. He waited for every challenge. His positioning was great. In terms of losing the ball, he didn't really lose the ball too much. He linked well with the other midfielders. He linked well with the wingers. He linked well in general. He was absolutely fantastic. You know, Jamal Lascelles was a captain. Kieran Trippier is a captain. That was almost a captain's performance in that midfield today, and he deserved the goal. Donnarumma should have saved it. Of course he should have. But you know what? If you don't buy a ticket, you never win a raffle.
You don't get it in St James Park either. Nights like this.
Certainly not. He was absolutely outstanding. And when the whole ground is singing your name, you've done something right. He was superb today. He's so important. He's almost as important as Bruno at times. That's how important he is. He's just excelled. 2 years ago, we were talking about this lad, even maybe 18 months ago. I don't know whether he should deserve a new contract. And now we're talking about whether he should be playing for England. 10 out of 10. Absolutely fantastic performance.
Yeah, and great to see 2 Geordie score tonight as well. I'm going to be nice. I'll come to you in a minute, but which midfielder do you want? Which midfielder do you want? Bruno or do you want Tonali?
Give us Bruno.
Okay, so I'll talk about Tonali. A better display tonight. Don't think he's as good as the other 2, but a couple of times, little bit lacklustre, a little bit tired, giving the ball away. Simple passes, but much more energy, much more pressing, getting his foot stuck in, getting forward a lot more. I think he needs a run of games now because he's got himself back in that starting lineup. Play him again at the weekend. Give him a run of games now. He's had a little spell out this team because of Elliot Anderson's form. But for me, I'm going to score him an 8. I don't think he's as good as the other 2, but it's really, really nice to see him. I wouldn't say back because we expect probably be another level to go, but it's good to see him at least looking good in the Newcastle shirt. So it's good to see Sandro Tonali keep the critics off his back, especially some local journals. I'm going to give you Bruno Gomes.
That might be his best display in a black and white shirt. He just cleared everything up. I mean, in my mind I was calling him Bruno. He's just sweeping everything up. So cool, calm, collected on the ball. This is the stage he's been born to be on, and he's just been absolutely incredible from the first minute to the last. And just hopefully he's ready to go again on Sunday. But Christ, I mean, we're talking about the players that you'd want in a Champions League side. He'd get into any side in this competition. Even that Real side, with how monster of a midfield they've got, he's just absolutely world class, and he's definitely one of the best midfielders in the world.
Score.
It's an obvious 10, and then, well, that's his looks, and then on the pitch it's a 10.
Yeah, he's a model now, isn't he? Again, I'm going to be nice. You can pick any winger.
Can you bounce it like 3 seconds?
1, 2, 3. I'll pick Anthony Gordon. I'll pick Gordon because he can have Miggy. I don't think he's as good as Miggy, but I still think it's a good performance by Anthony Gordon. Didn't seem as much on the ball, but I can understand why. But what I liked about him was the high pressing. I've gone with Gordon.
Yeah, fine.
The high pressing in a mature performance from him. I think he's a little bit harsh with the yellow card. I don't think that would deserve, to be honest with you. But he's suspended now against West Ham, which is a shame. I think that's why Eddie Howe kept him on as long as he did, because he played almost the game. But a very mature performance from Anthony Gordon. But I'm going to score Anthony Gordon a 9 out of 10. But he's played better previously. But look, it's Paris. I'm not going to grumble. It's 9 out of 10 for Anthony Gordon. And I said it, I don't know if you've checked out WhatsApp, but I've said Miggy was fucking unreal. And it's not just that, John. He got his foot stuck in.
He was absolutely fantastic. He could have had another great opportunity if he didn't get hacked down, which won us the free kick for the second goal. Unbelievable performance. great position to be for the first goal. But the good thing about why it was great to play PSG, they were thinking, yeah, we're better than you. We're gonna play, and we're gonna not be as a closed book, if that makes sense, in terms of sitting back. They actually went, we're going to beat you, we're going to go toe-to-toe with you. And that's pretty much what got us the first goal, because we pressed so high. And Isak's shot was saved well, and Almiron was there. Great finish, got to put those chances away, and the stadium erupted. But his work rate was outstanding. He was absolutely phenomenal. Again, another player that a candidate for man of the match. Got stuck in, as you've mentioned. He was an absolute menace today. I think he literally gave every ounce of energy today. He was outstanding.
Such a form player as well.
Oh, he is. And
he's scoring again.
That purple patch is continuing, and that's just absolutely phenomenal. I'll go 9.5. Yeah, you don't like halves, do you?
No, we're not doing halves, because you get called half pint by someone in the comments.
But do you know what? Because you're not editing it, 9.5 out of 10.
I think you're going to get some stick for that.
I don't care.
I think it should be a 10, but I'm not giving them. But hey, let us know in the comments. I'll go with the striker, Alexander Isak. Got a bit of a bang, didn't he? Literally. We thought it was Alan Shearer for a second with that white bandage around his head. Didn't get on the score sheet, but I think he is going to be disappointed. Hopefully Callum Wilson is back for West Ham, because he loves a goal against West Ham. But put himself about, positional strength, coming deep, picking the ball up. I thought Makinos and Skriniar couldn't handle him at times during the game. Alexander Isak is going to get a 9 out of 10 for me, even though he didn't get on the score sheet. He was very much part of our attacking threat and why we scored 4 goals tonight. So absolutely brilliant, 9 out of 10. First substitution for you was Elliot Anderson.
Yeah, again, one that came on, didn't look out of place. And I mean, it's great to see him getting this kind of game time in the world's best competition against the world's best opposition. And he's just came on and he's absolutely shining every time he gets a chance. And it's just, I'm looking forward to seeing more of him in the competition as well. For me, I'll give him probably a 10 out of 10 as well. Everyone's getting a 10 from me, Lee.
Wow, a 10. I mean, fair enough. I mean, I don't think Jacob Murphy's quite getting a 10 out of 10, is he?
He's not. I think the whole ground was ready to choke him when he made that mistake in terms of a pass, and it went straight into the heart of Paris Saint-Germain's attacking threat. However, he was there to do a job, and he did do the job well. He got an assist for Fabian Schär's goal. Me and you could have got that assist. But anyway, look, what he had to do was he just had to do a job, and he did the job pretty well. He was just there to basically run around for 20-25 minutes and just relieve a little bit of pressure, and he did do that apart from that one error. Comfortable in terms of Newcastle United, and yeah, absolutely fantastic from Jacob Murphy. I'll go 7 out of 10. He was only on 20 minutes, wasn't he? 7 out of 10.
There was only, who was that? Matty Target after that? Was that the last one, Matty Target? Matty Target was the last one. I'm going to give him a non-applicable. He came on. What did Matty Target get? Like 2 minutes? So Matty Target's going to get 2 minutes. There's a lot of commotion as Carl's pinning down there. There's a lot of fans, as you imagine, with the Champions League night. There's a lot of people who want a piece of Paris, and obviously the police are pushing them back a little bit because they've got to give the coach a bit of space, which is totally understandable. So there's a lot of commotion going on around us, but we've got to now agree with Eddie Howe. I'll start 10 out of 10. I can't go any lower. I said most people I would have took a draw today just to stop Paris from running away with the group. And I said Paris were the favourites. I look stupid now. Don't clip that up. So, Sam, I'm aiming at you as well. But, you know, we've just made... I know Paris haven't started the season off fantastic, but we've just made the best team in France with world stars look very, very average. Eddie Howe got it all spot on. The atmosphere also helped, I think, as well. But for me, 10 out of 10. Johnny, a word on Eddie Howe?
When he gets critics or when he gets anybody asking the questions, the big questions at him, that's how he responds week in, week out. He's becoming an exceptional manager. He's the best English manager at this moment in time, Lee, and he tactically, he looks at every small thing, and when you're playing Champions League opposition, those small things make them the biggest differences. I don't think Luis Enrique really thought that he was going to be out tactic today, and he was. We nullified Paris Saint-Germain, we nullified Kylian Mbappe, and that's a massive reason why Newcastle United are picking up all 3 points in the top of the Champions League group. Exceptional from our manager today, deserves all the praise he gets. But you know for a fact that he was already thinking of West Ham on Sunday, which is just even better.
As talk sport, Adrian Dublin starts going past us there, trying to think how he gets down there. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Luis Enrique there. You mentioned before the game he's worried about the atmosphere, and the atmosphere definitely held a bit of a helping hand. Not in the whole performance, but I just don't think the Paris players got it. Just, whoa, what's happening here? It's kind of like, whoa. But a word on anyhow. Sam Coffin. Anyhow,
yeah, I mean, that was the world-class example of how you play a high press. They were baffled. I mean, these are world-class defenders that we've pushed back, and it's just it couldn't have been any better if we tried.
We're getting told to move on because there's a lot of commotion around us as well, so I think we're going to get kicked. We're going to move location. Stay tuned for the last word, or it might be already be out, depending on when Carl puts us out. But from us three, however, you've got to drop us a like for this. We've just beat, and there's Barcelona there, we've just beat Paris Saint-Germain by 4-1. People are going to talk about 5-0 Man United. People are going to talk about 3-2 Barcelona. They will talk about tonight for years and years and years. See you, everyone.